You need to hire a professional photographer to take professional looking headshots to help you make money on Fiverr, right? Right? Wrong. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can take a professional looking headshot that you can use on Fiverr to help you attract more clients and make more money as a freelancer using nothing but your phone and some light. So if you're someone who needs to make more money on Fiverr and your current pictures are kinda meh, this video is for you. Make sure to stick around until the end. It's gonna be a really easy one to follow. And just before we jump into this headshot tutorial, if you're a freelancer or someone trying to make money online, make sure you're subscribing to this channel and hitting the little notification bell. I put out 2 videos every week, and the whole intention of these videos is to help you do just that. Thanks for tuning in. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do when taking your own professional looking headshot is gain an understanding of what makes a professional looking headshot. So in this part of the video, I'm gonna list a couple of the key elements you need to be thinking about, and I'll explain how you can execute on each of them. There are 4 key elements I'm gonna be talking about. Number 1 is dressing the part and doing something with your hair. A clean hairstyle is pretty important. Number 2 is being a bit intentional with where you decide to take the photo and selecting the right background. You don't want something too distracting, but you also don't want something that's too close to you that really kind of flattens the image. You gotta really think about that. The third thing, and probably the most important, is lighting. Not so much, buying studio lights like I'm using in this video, but figuring out which direction the lighting is coming and positioning yourself in an appropriate way. You don't really want the light coming on you from behind, so in front you're all, blown out and overexposed. You got to think about where the light's coming from, whether there's shadows or whether there is even a good source of light at your disposal. And if you don't have something like a window, you got to find lighting. And the fourth thing you're going to think about is crop. First off, you want to make sure that your picture, your headshot, kind of starts midway through the chest and gets all of your head in the frame. So that's kind of framing crop. And then the second thing you want to worry about is kind of the actual crop around you. And we'll talk about each of these in just a second. So those are the 4 things you need to think about with taking a photo. Your appearance, the outfit, and kind of whether you fixed your hair, the background and the location you're taking the picture, the lighting, and the crop and how you frame the image. So the first thing we're going to talk about is outfit and hairstyle. And again, a lot of this stuff is subjective. I'm just going based on what I've noticed to be common best practices in the professional world. So when it comes to outfits, whether you're a guy or a girl, you don't really need to do the whole full suit or a ballroom gown. You just need to make sure you don't look sloppy. So anything from business casual to like a suit or, a nice cleanly cut blazer or blouse, whatever, as long as you look clean cut, like you're not just rolling out of bed, you should be okay. And if you don't really have formal clothing like suits or blouses or blazers, that's totally fine. If you can get your hands on something like this, a collared shirt, this is a t-shirt I picked up from a store for not that much money. This is something I would wear casually, but it's also something that, could work for a headshot. Something with a collar, nice clean pattern or solid color will do you well. And even more attainable for most people is if you don't have any collared shirts, a plain t-shirt, a black or white t-shirt with a crew neck, just a normal cut, no distracting graphics on the shirt, that'll do fine for headshots as well. When it comes to hair, I'm not a fashion expert, and I know everyone has a different hairstyle that suits their personal identity, so I'm not going to get too specific. I just have 2 things that you really need to focus on when taking a headshot when it comes to your hair. Number 1 is make sure you've washed it that day. That's huge. Nobody likes a headshot with greasy, dirty looking hair. And number 2, make sure you style it. Don't just roll out of bed and take the picture. Take a shower, wash your hair, and clean it up in whatever style you normally would do for yourself in your day-to-day. And that's it. And like hair, makeup, when it comes to makeup, again, everyone has their own personal identity, but as someone who's been interested in photography and I have a lot of photographer friends, just go easy on the makeup. I've heard that a good best practice for portraits and headshots is to go for a look that looks pretty natural. You don't want to look like you're, really packing it on there. You want it to look natural because a headshot is just that. It's a natural looking photo of you to people looking to potentially do business with you. So when it comes to background, this is going to really depend on what you have to work with, whether you're taking this headshot in your house, outside, or wherever. So common best practice is try not to have your background be too distracting. Like, this is a headshot, right? The focal point of the headshot is you, the subject. So if you're picking like a solid wall or something like that, solid color, not a crazy pattern, not a crazy color that kind of is like wow and out there that distracts the viewer from you. And if you're going for a background like what I'm working with here, a bookshelf, a brick wall, something like that, same thing. Make sure it's pretty clean and uniform looking and not too distracting. And the other thing with your background, and this kind of relates to framing as well, is make sure there's nothing too distracting. Like if I had like a cable dangling down on the side of the frame, that would be distracting. Just take some time to clean up whatever space you're taking the photo in, pick a background that you really like, and you should be good to go. When it comes to lighting is a pretty huge topic when it comes to taking great pictures, regardless of whether you're taking a picture on your phone or on a digital camera or mirrorless camera. You want to be intentional about thinking about which direction the lighting is coming from. So in this case, where I'm taking this video right now, I have a light right up here. This is my key light. I have a fill light on the side here, and I kind of have a really sunny day going on outside, and this white curtain almost acting as a diffuser. So I have a main light hitting me here in the front of my face, I have a light hitting the side of my face, and then I have this kind of big curtain filling up the back of me. So when you're taking a photograph, depending on how much equipment or lighting or windows you have to work with, the number one thing you want to worry about is your main light, your key light. Make sure you have lighting coming onto your face, and for portraits and headshots, you want it to be pretty much head on. Now, if you want to get fancy and you have some lamps lying around or LED lights, in addition to your main kind of, light hitting you straight on, you could position a couple of other lights. A common tactic that a lot of photographers and headshot photographers use is to do what's called a hair light, where they get a light hidden somewhere below you in the background, shining kind of at the back of your head. And what that'll do is it'll kind of separate you from the background by illuminating your silhouette. That's a good option for a secondary light source. And again, if you don't have any lights but you do have a window, position yourself kind of in front of the window, maybe use a curtain to kind of dampen the harshness of the light, and make sure that's hitting you right on the face to eliminate any harsh shadows. And the fourth thing you're going to worry about is the crop or the framing of the photo. So for a headshot, you want to be in tight. Like this scene that I have going on for this video, this would be a little wide for a headshot. You really want to come in tight to the camera, kind of chest up, and focus on your face. So if you're using an iPhone or an Android and you have someone to help you with this, even better. The back cameras are better than front. But if you're doing it yourself and you're having it on a tripod or using selfie mode, just zoom in a little bit so you're primarily taking up the frame, and have the lens or the camera focused on you. When it comes to kind of framing your scene, like I mentioned before, make sure there's nothing distracting going on behind you, no cables dangling around, no mess or dirt or napkins or used plates, dirty plates, things like that. Tidy it up, right? You want to do everything you can to make this headshot look great. That's pretty much it. When it comes to taking a professional looking headshot without hiring a professional photographer, you really get out of it what you put in. If you can spend time focusing on what you're wearing, how good of a location you're shooting at, doing it at a time of day when the lighting is really good, framing and cropping the photo really well, and most importantly, actually executing and taking the photo, your results are going to pay dividends. Remember, the reason I'm doing this tutorial is because I know a lot of you maybe don't have access to professional photography. I certainly didn't when I got started. And most of us walk around with these awesome little cameras in our pockets, smartphones. So my advice to you would be, if you can get a friend to help you and make it a lot easier to take the photos, or if you just want to do it yourself using the selfie mode on your iPhone or Android or whatever phone you're using, you can do that too. Here's some really literally took me 30 seconds to take these photos to give you an idea of, you know, what you can get out of using just your phone if you're intentional about where you're taking the photo and the lighting. So thanks again for watching. I hope this tutorial really helps you get set up with an awesome Fiverr profile picture to help you make more money as a freelancer. Thanks for watching, and until next time, cheers.